Welcome to Cenote Xcanahaltun, which is 20 miles northeast of Valladolid in the state of Yucatan, in the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, southeastern Mexico. And this is a cenote. What is a cenote? So, cenote is essentially a collapsed cave. Millions of years ago, the Yucatan, this area, this vast peninsula, was all underwater, and it was coral. And at the moment, it's a flat peninsula at the moment, and it was all underwater and it was coral. And during the last ice age, the sea level changed to a point where now, through climatic change and geological reasons, the water level went below the lie of the land, which is the limestone itself, which was once coral. And so what's happened also, there's no rivers, open air rivers in the Yucatan. However, two of the world's longest subterranean rivers are located here in the Yucatan. And this is where the water's coming from potentially. The coastal cenotes, there's quite a few cenotes, there's over hundreds of them in Yucatan itself, and some of them could be maybe a little bit salty, but this one here is a freshwater one. It's inland, and what happens is climatic events and geological time frame. These cenotes can form because it was once a cave which was covered at the top. So, and then the structure collapsed, and this collapsed due to forms of weathering. So. Rainfall and the atmosphere at the time could be quite acidic, and that would have caused solution form of weathering that came through the alkaline rock, and then the cracks get wider, the rainfall comes through the cracks, and the attrition, but mostly solution is the main process. So these are known as solution caves, but this one's a very open one, and fall down the middle. The rocks will fall down the central bit, so there'll be a pile at the bottom of this area here. With that as well, you have the closed ones, open ones. They can get very mature and they dry out maybe over time, but they're all very unique in their own way. You also have so you got some water coming through, but you also have stalactites, and this is where the calcium, which combines with the rocks and the water drops through and builds up slowly a bead of water each time, leaves a layer of solution of the calcium. Then you get really beautiful stalactites, which will be on this video on the front screen. That was a different one. That was Cenote Xcanahaltun, and that is actually near Yacoba, and I'll put it in the notes, and that's has some really good features there. And those stalactites can be the size of a pencil to the size of a tree, and also they meet the stalagmites, which will be at the base from the drips as well, leading upwards. So a very beautiful thing to see. With cenote, fresh water, you have fish in here. You can have cenotes that have an island of rock in the middle, maybe as well. They all vary in length and depth. This has got some trees around it, some roots there, really well preserved. And can you say it's a waterfall there? So yeah, it's a pretty unique thing. It's well worth seeing, and sacred to the Mayas as well. It's known as like a gateway to the underworld, they say. And there have been fossils of mammoths, jaguars, giant jaguars, so over the years, and also marine fossils as well. And cave divers keep finding more things. And also one of the oldest humans found in Latin America was found in one of these cenote caves, underwater caves, they could be called, and where I think it might be in a dry area, and they found a piece of charcoal by this human, and it was, I've forgotten the exact date, but very, very old. But this cenote is pretty cool.